Hey YouTube, hope y'all had a nice weekend. I just kind of lost my weekend in football. I watched college football all day Saturday and watched a fair amount of NFL yesterday, so weekend just kind of shot by for me. But thought I would start the week talking about plant-based diet on a budget and how my view is just keep it simple. A plant-based diet is expensive. Oh yes, I did say it. A plant-based diet is expensive if you're watching Instagram and all these other apps and trying to eat what these influencers are eating. These influencers are, they're making money when they do this kind of stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, sometimes I'll just like kind of guesstimate what the meal might cost that somebody is making, and I see people making $30 meals, $40 meals. But even if you're making a $20 meal, now yeah, if you're having a $20 plant-based meal, I'm talking about at home, you pay a little more sometimes in a restaurant, but at home that would be expensive on a regular basis. So here's the first thing: if you're thinking at all, or you're saying, oh, this is too expensive, stay away from Instagram. Stay away from trying to look at all that fancy stuff out there. When you keep it simple, I mean, I've eaten both ways. I was a crazy drunk eating like this, and that. And usually when we've started eating a plant-based diet, a lot of us have dropped other habits, so we're saving money there. But across the board, whether you're trying to be raw or whether you eat cooked food, there's just cheaper options to do it. And some of the people, if you're really like hell-bent on being fully raw, certain people live in areas where that is just very challenging. If you're just absolutely adamant that you've got to be fully raw all the time, and you're living in a place that's challenging to do that, I don't get it. You're just kind of butting heads with yourself all the time. If that's so, then move somewhere where you get better access. But I'm in Lower Alabama. I can do either one right here. I choose to eat some cooked food. I can do the raw just as well here. I have many days that I eat completely raw. I get bananas at a reasonable price. Maybe, I don't know how much per banana, but bananas are definitely not anything expensive. Maybe they're like 15 cents to 20 cents a piece here. I get great mangoes in my Publix for $1 a piece. There's options if you can't get as much fresh. There's frozen fruit. There's the Aldi's. There's the Costco's. Or even just simply in my Publix, I buy fruit, and it's very economical when I end up getting frozen fruit, like the frozen blueberries. Lettuce, the great lettuce, heads of lettuce that I like to eat from Publix as well, and other stores. I'm paying around $2.50 a head for a big head of red leaf lettuce. What else? My kale is economical. I sprout. Sprouting is super cheap. That's why I'm always telling people that you need to sprout, because that is super cheap and it's really good nutrition. Both lentils and both broccoli sprouts. Look into them. But there's just so many different options out there. Now, eating cooked food, there's even more. There's no reason anybody could say they couldn't follow a plant-based diet, using the simple things. I think of the things in my area, but I don't think a lot of things, like now, things are grown and shipped and sent to different areas, like sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are not expensive, and they are hella good for you, and they're easy to make. I steam mine all the time. From time to time I bake them, but I really prefer to steam them. Most places too. And I'm kind of, when I say most places, I'm kind of basing it on, like I say, I'm kind of in a rural area in South Alabama, so if I can find certain things, I think a lot of people can. Not saying everybody can, but I know I have at least 2, if not 3 sources here. Yeah, I got 3 sources where I can get dry goods. I can buy organic black beans. I can buy organic navy beans. I can buy organic chickpeas. I can buy all the different legumes, lentils that I want, and they're at a very reasonable price. But I was getting black beans, I think the last time I picked some up, they were like $3.49 a pound. I mean, if you're kind of converting that, like, you can't even touch that by going and getting cans or whatever in the grocery store. The same with the grains there. And I know some of you out there, that just sets you off. You don't eat grains. I don't eat a lot of grains. I'll eat some oats from time to time, quinoa, which is not really a grain, but in those same places where I can buy dry goods and I buy beans, I can also get organic grains that is very cheap if you buy it in bulk. think simple. You don't think simple sauces, think simple vegetables. Tomatoes are everywhere. There's already a lot of nice tomato-based sauces you can make. The point being is, if you're eating real food, and we're talking not just plant-based food, but whole plant-based food, this is not that expensive. In fact, I would say, why isn't it less expensive than the other? You know, I lived in Latin America for 18 years. Beans and rice are a staple down there. And even people down there, I'll tell you this, I noticed, and it's changed a little bit because of the American influence and fast food and stuff, but they don't, even the people that eat meat, they don't tend to eat the same down there. Like, beans and rice is a staple that everybody has. So if you like have a lunch, even if you're eating a standard diet and you're eating meat and you're eating stuff, you get a lunch, and a typical lunch plate, which is called a casado there, is usually the biggest portion on your plate is beans and rice. Then you have, like, what did have there is like the equivalent of like maybe 3 ounces of meat, as opposed to that dominating the table. And then you have some salad and maybe some vegetables and stuff on the side with that. Beans and rice, that is a major staple all over the world. I'm not a big rice eater, but once again, like, sometimes, you know, we have a saying, beggars can't be choosers, and beggars can't be choosers. And if money is an issue, sometimes you have to make, I don't necessarily even know if I'd call them sacrifices, but maybe you can't eat exactly everything that you want, and you have to, you know, make a few compromises. That's the word I was looking for. But like I said, if you will get out of the gourmet stuff, if you will get out of the pretty pictures, and if you will just think about feeding yourself nutrition, that's why I like to do videos on a regular basis talking about what I prioritize and the nutrition of it. If you start doing your shopping based on your nutrition rather than based on, like, kind of like how we used to eat on a standard American diet, just like, ooh, what do I feel like eating today? And you ate just, well, I have a taste for this. When you start actually, you know, shopping for your nutritional needs, and like I say, everybody's different. I'm not trying to tell you what your nutritional needs are, but when you're this is a general statement, when you're shopping for your nutritional needs over just taste and recipes and whatever, it's generally going to come out to be a lot more affordable. So yeah, don't let this discourage you from doing a plant-based diet if you think, you know, oh, it's very expensive. Because if, yeah, you see these products and stuff out there, and they can be quite expensive, but if you're just eating basic food that we're designed to eat, not that expensive at all. So anyhow, just something to think about. Don't not do it because of the money. But hope you guys enjoyed this one today. Gonna keep it kind of short. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Have a great week, and I'll see you here again soon. Peace.